Are you frustrated with trying to show up as an authentic artist and at the same time knowing you have to constantly show up on social media? And not only that, you got to have the time to create these clips, create this video content, show up in all of these platforms and know what you're doing. I get it. The balance of this seems impossible, but we have to identify the problem before we identify the solution. So we're going to talk about 7 reasons that you aren't showing up consistently on social media and how we can actually solve that problem here on today's episode of the God and Gig Show. Give me just a moment to welcome those of you who are new to our show, and then we'll get into this super important conversation. Hello and welcome to our show. Thank you so much for making this podcast a part of your creative day. And if you are new to our show, let me tell you why you're in the right place at the right time. As a musician, artist, creative, freelancer, entrepreneur, content creator, anyone at the intersection of the arts, ministry, and entertainment, you have a heart for God, but you also want to create with excellence no matter where you create. This is where we help you to succeed as a creative without sacrificing your faith. And I'm your host and founder, Alan C. Paul. Now, we all have to deal with this as artists and creatives because we know social media is here to stay. All of them, whether they turn to Twitter or X, whatever they call it now, and then you have Instagram, and you have Meta, you have Facebook, you have these YouTube shorts. Everyone's demanding content, and most of the time, it's in video. Now, I'm a podcaster and a musician, so I'm audio first. But I've quickly realized that video is a natural part of reaching the people that I'm called to reach. So even now, as I'm recording this on YouTube, I've had to stretch. I've had to learn how to use different tools in order to create the content that I need to create to share my message. But it's not always easy. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of things that stop people like you and I in our tracks just when we are getting ready to share what God put in our hearts and gave us the ability to create. So let's talk about the 7 things that are stopping us from creating consistently so that we can find solutions for this. Number 1, you're likely overwhelmed by how much time video editing takes. Now, as I said, I'm an audio first guy, musician first, podcaster first, only in terms of audio. I didn't even get into video in the God and Gig Show until probably a little bit late in the pandemic, maybe 2021 is when we finally started recording the video of all the interviews we were doing. And this is at a time that the podcast was blowing up in audio, but video wasn't really a priority. Fast forward to 2025, and now it seems everyone needs to have video. But it can feel like you don't know what you're doing. As a matter of fact, I remember trying to figure out video for my live streams for the pandemic on my music channels, and I really didn't know how to figure it out. I looked at YouTube, I looked at Google, I went all over the place to try to figure out how do I produce this video and these live streams. And as you can probably guess, I did figure it out, but it was very hard, very frustrating, and I still didn't know how to edit and get these clips out to promote my work. So just like you, I had to toe the balance between being an artist, being a creator, and then coming up with solutions to share that in these short form video clips and other things like that. Here's obstacle number 2. You don't even know which part of your content to clip. Now, as you can probably guess, there are some tools now that can help you do this. But if you don't know what to clip, what post to use, what part to use, what part will go viral, as they say, you can spend all of your time after creating, or maybe even taking away from creating the actual thing, trying to figure out what to post and when, and what part of the video that you have collected should be shared. So this can be a huge time waster because you're trying to analyze these videos, find time to get them all together, and then perfect them by sharing the exact right clip from that particular piece of content. It can be so frustrating, and it also wears you down. Now let's talk about number 3, not being able to stay consistent. This goes right along with number 2, with not knowing what to clip and then not knowing how to stay consistent with it, because if you're constantly looking for pieces of your content to clip, trying to create these videos when you're not a video editor, well, now you're not staying consistent and your community or your audience on these platforms doesn't know when to find you. Now, we solved that problem personally in Got Gigs by showing up every Friday and doing our live streams. But as you can probably tell if you've watched any of our channels, we then have to clip those live streams to find more content. And if I didn't know what part to clip that was really interesting to someone, I would be spending hours and hours reviewing all of the live streams trying to find the nuggets that we shared. And as you can probably guess, this is why many of us don't ever do it. We can't stay consistent because we're spending too much time reviewing our own content, if we even get to it, and then we never actually share anything because we're always trying to find the perfect post to share on social media, and we have to produce it and edit it as well. Now, here's number 4, and this one really speaks to me. If you don't have a team, if you feel that you are a solopreneur and you cannot keep up because you simply don't have the manpower, well, then you are not alone. Many of us creators are solopreneurs, solo creators. We want a team, but we don't have a team. We don't know where to go to ask for help because we don't think we can afford it. And then when we are trying to do all the things by ourselves, because we keep running into skills that we don't have and we try to learn it on our own. Now, there's nothing wrong with bootstrapping and being scrappy and learning on your own. But at some point, you realize that you're actually wasting more time and energy and money trying to do everything yourself. So if you don't have a team, you can feel like this social media thing is not going to work because I don't have the expertise nor the people who can help me. Number 5, this is a big one for all of us. Feeling like you have to be everywhere on every channel, whether it's Threads, whether it's X, whether it's Instagram Reels, whether it's Facebook Reels, whether it's Reddit, whether it's any other social media platform, they all are calling out to you and you feel like you have to be everywhere at the same time. And that is a recipe for burnout, and it's a recipe for not getting social media posts done. Because if you're constantly trying to figure out, how do I share on this platform? What aspect is this? What format is this? Does this take particular landscape or does it take portrait? Like, what do I do for each of these platforms that will actually move the needle? You can spend so much time just trying to figure out where to post what type of format that you end up not doing anything at all because you just get frustrated. And this is even if you have other people working with you, it is still something that can absolutely become an obstacle that will keep you from being consistent and showing up for your community. Number 6 is a common one, especially for me as a musician, just feeling like you're not a videographer, you're not good at video, you don't know the tools, you don't know the software, you feel like just even trying to jump into it is just going to be absolutely impossible. So that barrier to entry of tech can be the reason that you're not posting or sharing because you simply don't know how to operate the software or any of the other materials, cameras, and so on that would allow you to create this short form content. So you don't know how to even make it. You just don't feel that you're good at it. And finally, number 7, which again cuts to the heart of what happens to us as creators. We see other creators and we get all in our feelings. We end up with comparison syndrome, worrying about what other people can create, how many people are following them, how many likes they got, how many people are actually commenting when they don't comment on ours. And then we feel like, okay, well, if I can't be on that scale, I may as well not do it at all. So you do it sporadically, but you're always looking at other accounts that are bigger than yours, and you don't end up doing it with your whole heart, and you back away because you feel like you're just not good enough or big enough to share what you have to share. Well, I'm glad I was able to go right through all of those reasons because here's the thing. They all might have a nugget of truth, but they all can be overcome. With the right community, with people sharing with you, with people telling you what you need to do, and also showing you the right tools to use, you don't have to be stuck feeling like you can't share your content in the right way consistently. So now that we've broken down these 7 reasons, let's talk about a few ways to actually solve this problem. Because as you see, the issue basically comes down to how can I get the clips that actually work? How do I spend time effectively making these clips and these videos and this content without being overwhelmed? Well, one of the tools that I highly recommend is Vizard. Now, you may have never heard of Vizard, but it is just like many of the other clip making software tools, the SaaS, the software as a service, these different tools that are online. But one of the ones that I don't think gets enough attention is Vizard, because I've been able to build 2 YouTube platforms as a audio first guy using shorts that I was able to make with Vizard simply by clipping up these long form content things that I would make. I was just able to jump in and use this tool, which you can find in the link in the show notes and also on our toolkit. And the reason why I really love this and other platforms that help to cut up these things for you is because you can teach them. It's because you don't have to sit there and look at all of your videos. Once you start getting the raw videos down, these AI tools are not stealing from other people to use and to make your content. They're actually using your things to make your content, to find the right places, and to split it up. And as I mentioned, it has been highly effective for the God Gigs brand as well as other brands. So that link is in the show notes. But there are always other ways that you can use AI video tools to help you to solve these issues and not stay frustrated by not knowing what to clip, how to clip it, when to clip it, or any of these other processes that are slowing you down. You see, here's the thing. I know that video is not everybody's thing, but it is a very important thing. And the sooner that you get out of your own way, stop thinking about being perfect, stop thinking about getting everything exactly right, and start using systems that will help you create the content that you need to create, then you'll be getting out of your own way and actually enjoying the process of creating as well as promoting. I hope that's helped you today, and I'm going to be sharing more about this very soon. So stay tuned to this particular series in the month of June as I am recording our God and Gigs 360 app and community. We're going to be talking about branding and messaging, and this goes right in line with that. So stay tuned for future episodes on marketing, branding, promotion, video tools, things that will help you to do all of these things more efficiently, more effectively, so that you won't ever feel that overwhelm again. So my friends, thanks so much for watching and listening. And until next time, continue to become the creative that you were created to be. God bless, and we'll see you next episode. My friend, thank you for watching this episode. If that blessed you, you got to make sure that you stay connected with this community and this channel so that you can get more where that came from. We're sharing great interviews, tactics, strategies, mindsets, lifestyle choices, everything that's going to help you become a totally confident creative. And don't miss an episode of the God and Gigs Show. If you are staying connected to our channel, you'll be able to find us anytime we release new episodes. And you can check out some of our archives of almost 200 episodes now that we've shared over the last few years. Make sure you check out one of the suggestions right now, because it's probably perfect for you to continue to develop as a creative. And continue to stay connected with us, because we're here to help you become the creative that God created you to be. We'll see you in the next episode.